It's the most recent update for the W12. We're currently going through some wiring. The harness for bank 1 is done for the intake manifold. Bank 2 is done. These are the only harnesses I made from scratch, which are really nice, and I'm happy with the way they came out. Everything else we're just adapting factory Bentley wiring over. I know it looks like a mess, you gotta bear with me. It's actually an organized disaster. For the most part, we've got, here's 10 of the fuel injectors on this line. 2 of them are still 2 loose wires. We've got cylinder, where's the camera? Got an injector number 12 and injector number 1. We're not in the same connector from factory. They went through a different harness, so we just got to tag those into something else. So we've got, these are all the factory Bentley connectors, so I just ordered all that stuff. So we've got injectors, coils, all of the intake sensors, turbo speed sensor, crank and cam sensors are what we're working on now. This is going to be the 5-volt reference for the cam. This is a 12-volt for the crank. And then our ground wires are somewhere. It is. They're all spliced together here. So all the cam and crank grounds are on one wire, and they're going to run to the max ECU where they belong. There's a specific ground output for that, for a cam and crank signal. So I was advised by people from Max to make sure that the cam and crank grounds go to the place they belong to prevent issues. So this is some of the stuff we still have to do. And now that we're in the car, there probably won't be an echo, so the audio might be better. This is the power cable for, let me switch cameras here. This is the main power cable that runs from the battery. So this runs down the pillar and down all the way to the trunk, and then this side of it is actually what goes under the hood. So we have this power lug here that's going to go under the hood, and that's what's going to power the starter, alternator, all your high current outputs. So all this stuff is going to get, all these wires here are just going to get bundled up. Sorry, not bundled, but they're going to get terminated. We're going to run the wiring along like this, and then all the excess wiring, I need a lighting guy. All the excess wiring is just going to get stuffed up in here. So the ECU is going to go inside the glove box. So I would like it to have plenty of wiring, so if we ever have to service it in the future, that we can just unhook the ECU and just pull it right out. I don't want to have to really hate life for that, so I have the opportunity to make it easy. And I'm not sure if I've ever shown the interior on the car, but it's in incredible condition, which is the reason, one of the reasons we like this car so much for the project, is it's just, you know, a 9.5 out of 10 interior. It's beautiful. So that's what I have. We're just working on that now. I was missing some connectors that I either lost or forgot to order. Let's see, go this way. The connectors that I forgot or lost are, the connectors that I either forgot or lost is just some of these. I know I had them at some point. They're gone. I don't know where they are, so I have to order new ones. Once they arrive, we'll get all of these wires terminated into this. There's a couple of these connectors that only use a couple pins from the factory, so we have some extra pins available there. And then there's another one in here that I think it only has a couple. Well, there's a couple more available in that one. There's another one over here somewhere that has, I think, only 2 or 3 wires used on it. So there's a bunch there. But anyway, all of this is going to go into a nice, easy disconnect. In hindsight, I probably should have grabbed a couple mil-spec connectors and just pinned them up. It would have been a lot faster. If I had to do it again, I would most certainly just build a new harness from scratch, because adapting a factory harness is far more time-consuming than you would expect. So if you're ever trying to take on a wacky swap like this, I would encourage you just to build your own harness. I still have to run wiring for our CWA 400 up front, which is just going to be some high current stuff. That's going to go to the PDM in the glove box. We're not going to be running this pump at full speed, so I'm not too concerned about the 25 amp current limit that Max has, because we just don't need full speed on this pump, because it's designed for some serious flow, and we're not going to need that. I think that's all I got. Oh, the intake's going out for paint Monday. We're gonna paint this and this a color, and the center is gonna be a different color, and then we're gonna keep the center aesthetic piece, which I don't know where it is. Whatever, there's a center Bentley piece that goes on here. So we're gonna probably do this gold, this black, and maybe we'll do this black, and then we'll do the center part of the turbo in gold. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. And then maybe we'll do the valve covers in gold also. Just so you have kind of gold, black. I think it'll be kind of a nice aesthetic. And then once we get everything completely done and hooked up, heater core lines and all, then we're gonna take some time and see if we can somehow fit a strut tower brace or something back on it. Because right now there is not one, and if Audi had one there from the factory, it probably needs it. But space is pretty limited, so we're kind of stuck there. Follow for more.